Hello, this is Hayden with Kenbar Solutions, and today we'll be taking a look at dynamic groups, a follow-up on our June tip video about groups in the Group tab. Dynamic groups can sometimes be vague or confusing, so I'll be showing you how to use them effectively, simply, and in ways that aren't completely obvious at first glance. Dynamic groups are easiest to understand when compared to static groups. A static group is a group that you can manually assign contacts to, since the contacts are unlikely to change very much. There's plenty of examples of static groups, such as a church group, people you play golf with, or Chris's networking breakfast group. Here you can see that all members have been added manually, and it's pretty simple to do that. You just search for the member you'd like to add and move them over. Dynamic groups, on the other hand, change as the info in the contact records change. The contacts in a dynamic group are determined by the rules you've put in place to sort them. For example, you can create a group that automatically finds all customers with no email address. To do this, dynamic groups use an advanced query, the next level up from a regular lookup, in order to find and sort info. Using a dynamic group as an advanced query is really useful, as it means you won't have to re-enter all the search criteria every time you want to see the relevant information, and the group will always stay up to date. Here you can see this dynamic group has two search criteria. The contact must be a customer, and they must have a blank email field. You can create dynamic groups from scratch, but you can also edit existing groups to make them more or less specific. Let's say we're looking for customers in Europe, but more specifically, customers we haven't contacted in a while. We already have European customers, so we want to add more criteria to that dynamic group. In this case, we also want to keep this group as it is, so we'll copy European customers by duplicating it in the top left-hand corner, under the Groups tab. Here you have the choice between primary fields and all fields. Since we want to keep the criteria we already have for this group, not just the name and description, we'll select all fields. Then, once it's duplicated, we'll rename it to Euro Customers Not Reached and save it. And save. Now we can edit this new dynamic group and add the criteria we want. In this case, we want to add contacts, last reached, and we'll choose older than 90 days. Once you've added that to the list, it's always advised to preview it to make sure that the data matches up with what you'd expect. We can see here it's only a few people, less than before, and that makes sense. So we'll save it both times. Now, after that, we can see our new dynamic group is only showing us European customers we haven't reached in 3 months. And since this is a dynamic group, as time moves on, any customer who meets the rules set for the group or doesn't meet them anymore will be added or removed in the future. The ability to sort info into this 15-level hierarchy of dynamic groups is a powerful tool unique to ACT, giving its users unparalleled control over their data. Dynamic groups provide plenty of advantages for your marketing needs as well, like helping us sort between contacts, prospects, which are people who might need or want your product, and full customers. Contacts can automatically flow between groups as their info changes. This is Kenbar Solutions, and thank you for watching.